Okay, we ready?
Yeah, I think we are.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Rosa Chara, and I'm the president of New Jersey PTA, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. After the holidays, we had decided that we would love to get together and just discuss membership. As you know, membership is such an important part of our PTAs, and the number one reason that we always join, or maybe the first time we joined PTA, we did it was to benefit our child. But then once you join the PTA, you get so much more out of it. You help your child's school, you get to know other parents, teachers, and staff. You help create a louder voice for state and national as we all advocate for all children. Members are the lifeline of PTA, and as we travel throughout New Jersey, we get to meet so many wonderful PTA leaders at our different leadership trainings who are so excited to share with us some of the great things that their PTAs are doing. So tonight, Ivelisse Castro, who is our national PTA service rep, has joined us. So I'm going to have her say hello before we introduce our speaker. And Ivelisse, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us tonight.
My pleasure, everyone. Well, I just want to say Happy New Year to everybody. And you may say, how come we're having this membership conversation right at the beginning of January when the school year started, just a few months ago? And like Rose was saying, membership is year-round. And we always need to strategize and find new ways to be able to ignite the interest in PTA and engage people so that they feel comfortable just becoming members. We're not asking them to volunteer. We're not asking them to be PTA leaders. We're just asking them to support the PTA mission with their membership. So that's the reason why it's always a good time to talk about membership and to recharge our batteries and to renew our strategies, and especially when we have an opportunity to learn from those who are being successful. So thank you so much, Rose, for inviting me to be with you tonight.
Great, thank you. So without further ado, tonight it is our pleasure. As I mentioned, we go and we travel throughout New Jersey and we meet great leaders. So one of our PTA president, and you see his name right here on the screen, Greg Dolock, who is the president. Yes, he's a dad who is a PTA president at Zane North PTA, has been discussing PTA membership successes with us. So tonight we wanted to have him come and give us some tips and just share with us what his PTA has been doing to drive up their membership numbers. So Greg, the floor is yours.
All right, thank you so much, Rose. Hi, everybody. So Greg Dolock, Zane North PTA in Collingswood, New Jersey. I want to start off with, I do want to talk about membership. We've had a lot of success with membership, but I wanted to kind of start off with a short video. It's about 2 minutes long that kind of shows some of the highlights of what we did in 2018 at Zane North. We had a lot of successes, and membership is part of that, so I'm going to try to share that video with you right now.
And Greg, you're co-host, so you only need to share your screen and the audio of your computer.
I say that again? I'm a co-host? Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, you have access to that.
I do? Okay. All right, let me just see. I know I just had it in here.
Just go to share.
Yeah, I'm doing it, but I don't know why I don't see it. I just had it a second ago. Before I, let me see.
I have my share at the bottom of the screen.
All right. You know what? I mean, if I don't have the video, that's fine. I had it, and I had it right before the meeting, but anyway, I don't have it, but you know what? I will talk about something else here. I'll talk about this chart here.
Yes.
All right. So, apologies for the technical issues, but so anyway, I've been on the board of the PTA at Zane North for 3 years. I took over as president over the summer before the new school year, and one of the things I really wanted to do was push membership this year. I heard a lot about it. Over the summer, we had an opportunity for our Zane North PTA leaders to attend the New Jersey PTA training that they had for officers. And I heard a lot about membership and how it's important. And I heard Rose and her fellow New Jersey PTA officers emphasize the same thing that we heard tonight, how membership is year-round and what the benefit is of membership. So I really wanted to set a membership goal this year. So before the school year, I kind of talked it over with my team, and I reached out to Donzetta Thomas, who is I don't know if Donzetta's on the call, but she's the Camden County PTA president, and I had asked her for some historical numbers because I didn't want to just set a goal in a vacuum. I wanted to kind of look at what our numbers were historically. So if you look at the chart here, we had averaged about 113 members most years for at least like from 2009 until 2017. Then for some reason in the 2017, 2018, membership really dropped significantly. You see, we only had 48 members. So we have a school, we have about 160 students at our school. Just to give you an idea of what it's like, we have a staff of about 40 staff members, teachers and assistants and school nurse and principal, et cetera. So that's what we're dealing with as far as population at our school. But I mean, it really was alarming when I looked at those numbers prior to the school year, and I thought, wow. So I knew we could do better. I knew if we were averaging about 113 members a year for a while, but we dropped off to only 48 in the previous school year, that we had actually, I saw it as a good thing. I thought, you know what, well, we're just going to set a goal, and we know we can do better. And the fact that we were so low the year before, hey, we're going to make this look really good. We're going to push hard for this membership, and that's kind of what happened. So over the summer, I don't know if you can see this, but I did order the resources from, well, I'm holding it up, but I guess you're looking at my chart. I looked at, I got the resources, the Design Your PTA membership plan, the whole welcome, the packet that the National PTA provides, and I looked through that, and I hung that poster. Actually, let me see if I can hang that up now. I'm going to switch to another picture here, because one of the other materials that we received, we got this poster. That's our principal, Mr. Santo.
Oh.
Seen that poster before? So I really wanted to track our membership. So we hung that up in the school. And so as far as setting a goal, the goal that I set was 100 members in the first 100 days of the school year. So we started our school year, I think it was like September 6th. So the 100th calendar day was something like December 14th. So I figured, okay, well, we know we could at least get to around 100 because we were averaging around 113 prior to 2017. So I thought, let's set that as a goal. It's realistic, it's achievable, but hopefully we could do even better than that. So what we really did, I'll go back to the chart. And what we really tried to do was we really wanted to mention membership really at every opportunity that we could. I've been at that school now for 4 years. And I know just from even before I got involved in the PTA, when I would sit in meetings and I would hear the president of the PTA speak, whoever that may be, they mainly focused on volunteering, which is important, but they would mainly say, hey, we're from the PTA and we want you to help with library checkout. We want you to help with our book fair. They never really talked about membership. And I thought, let's have that discussion. So like one of the things I do in my role as the PTA president is I have to speak at different events. I spoke the first day of school, I spoke to kindergarten orientation. And I changed the tone of that conversation. I started talking about membership. Like I talked about a little bit about volunteering, but I also talked about, hey, we want you to join our PTA. It's only $5 a year, and here's what your membership gets you. And I talked about how it supports New Jersey PTA's larger mission, that they are our advocates. And one of the examples I used was over the summer last year, and Rose, I'm sure you remember this, there was a New Jersey elementary recess bill that they were trying to get passed and the governor to sign, which would require elementary schools to have make recess mandatory, number one, and number two, make sure that they can't take it away. So I remember when that happened, New Jersey PTA was advocating for that, and they reached out to the locals, hey, contact the governor's office, things like that. So I use that as an example, like, hey, this is what your membership does. It supports New Jersey PTA's larger mission of advocacy. And again, this was the first day of school. I spoke about this at kindergarten orientation. And one of the great things is this year we started to use Member Hub, so you could actually sign up online. And when I finished that talk, first day of school at kindergarten orientation, I just logged into Member Hub. It was new to me, and I was just checking it out. Well, we had everything set up where people could actually sign up prior to the start of the school year. When I finished that little talk at kindergarten orientation, I checked it, and some folks had already signed up that very first day. And I thought, wow, okay, well, this is working. It's having an impact. Let's keep this conversation going. So, again, we set the goal of 100 members in 100 days. We got the principal to buy into it. He sent an email to all the teachers. He encouraged them, hey, not only sign up and be a PTA member, but sign up by the end of this week. And he said, I'll give you all a jeans day. You can wear jeans Friday. So we currently have, I think it's 38 staff members signed up. We're going to be applying for that. I know New Jersey PTA has an incentive for teachers and staff members this month of January. I think we're at 100% or very close to it because they have about that many staff members. We also wanted to make sure that we gave our members value this year. We're starting to offer some programs this year that we've never had before. So, like, for example, we had a program where we had a registered dietitian come in and talk about children's nutrition. It cost us $150, but we thought it was a worthwhile program, and I tried to let our audience know, look, this is something we want to do. We're giving you value for your money, for your membership, your support of our PTA this year. So that was like one example of what we're trying to do is give them value. We had some incentives too for membership. We had a drawing. Anybody who joined by back to school night, we entered their names in a drawing where they could win a free lane at a bowling fundraiser that we had in November. We've been offering discounts to our PTA members too. So for instance, for the bowling event, it was like $10 per person if you were a member of the PTA. It was $12 per person if you were not a member of the PTA. We had some additional incentives too. Again, if we said if we reached our goal of 100 members in 100 days, we would do a special treat for the teachers and a special treat for the families. So on January 2nd, it was the day they came back from winter break. We treated all the teachers to a breakfast, like coffee and donuts and things like that. We had it all catered in, and we did that. And that was our way of, first of all, welcoming them back from winter break, and also to thank them for their help in achieving our goal. Because again, they were a big part of our membership numbers this year. And then later this month, January 25th, we have an annual event. It's called Family Fun Night, where we have a little Quizzo trivia game, things like that, where folks can win prizes. We have our Scholastic Book Fair. So it's an annual event we have at our school. But this year I said, hey, let's do something to reward our families and let them know how much we appreciate them joining PTA this year. So the PTA is going to treat them to pizza, salad, fruit. We're going to order a big cake and celebrate. So we're in the past, we've ordered food, but we've asked people, hey, this is how much it's going to cost you to pay if you want to pay a la carte for the food. But this time, hey, the PTA is treating it. We're going to have a big celebration to celebrate these numbers. So, but if you look at the chart, not only did we achieve our goal of 100 members in 100 days, we have 148 members this year so far, and it's 100 more than last year exactly. And the numbers that I have available to me, they go back as far as 2009. But you can see it's the most we've had since 2009. I kind of have a feeling, I personally think it's a school record. But that's kind of how we've done it. We've tried to mention membership all year. We got buy-in from the principal and the staff. And we've tried to have a lot of incentives and offer value to our members, let them know like what the PTA does. I think that's a big part of it too. So thank you for letting me explain that. Does anybody have any questions?
Hello? I have a section for Q&A, so if we don't have any questions now, we can continue with the next session because Greg is going to be with us through the end of the webinar. But this is fantastic. This is awesome. And now I know that you are on Member Hub. I'm going to look for you.
Yes.
So to join your PTA.
Thank you.
Yes, let's make it 150 for Zane North.
Thank you. Oh, thank you for joining as well. Thank you, Rose, for joining.
Here. And what Greg was talking about is a good segue into this part of the presentation that I am going to cover. I'm going to be talking to you about the National PTA do a Design It Yourself kit, which is something that we offered to everybody last year, and that we no longer have available at this time. However, everyone attending this video conference or listening to it later can go ahead and write to the New Jersey PTA, and we can share with you the PDF of that document that Greg shared at the beginning of his presentation, which is available in English and Spanish. So that you can, because the strategies that are suggested as part of this Design It Yourself guide are really applicable all year long. The only thing you have to do is target it and listen to what people have to offer. But this is a good opportunity for all of you to know how important it is to register on the National PTA website so that you can be able to have access not only to what was part of the guide, some of the pieces of the guide, like the membership forms, you can still download and use it and customize it. And all of the resources that were available, that were part of the kit, were available in English and Spanish. And let me say just very quickly that the picture that you have in front of you contains all of the different pieces that were part of the kit that were emailed to everyone who went to ptakit.org and created a profile or not re-register, but sign up to be able to receive this membership kit. Now, although the kit is not available on the National PTA website, hold on a second. What is available is let me show it to you. And so everyone who emails is going to get a copy of the Design It Yourself guide. So I'm just showing here the part of the guide that is in English. And if you get it upside down, so just turn it around, you're going to have the same pieces in Spanish. So that is the guide. And if you go to ptakit.org, you're going to be able to download from the ptakit.org the fillable membership form, which you can customize and add the membership logo of your PTA to the form, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. I went here and I downloaded this one to my computer. And if you notice, here you have reasons why people can belong or would like to belong to PTA. And then this is the part of the template that you can go ahead and customize. So, because one of the things that we share is that your PTA needs to be providing programs and services that are going to empower your PTA community. And this is where you can go ahead and share with everybody what you want people to know your PTA is going to focus on, so that you can be able to then in turn say your membership is going to help us to do these kinds of things. So that's that. And then I'm just showing this part of the membership portion of the ptakit.org so that you can see the additional resources that are there. If it is that, I have to tell you, I know all this is here, but even though I know what is there, it's always good to revisit and to see what's there, because you don't know which one of those resources are going to be the ones that are going to help you with the, your membership recruitment strategies at your PTA. So I invite you to go to ptakit.org membership. This portion that I'm showing to you is part of what is called templates, tools, and videos. But you have an entire section that you can go ahead and review for that purpose. And this is available to everyone. So it doesn't have to be the president or the vice president. Everyone can go ahead and take advantage of that. Last but not least, what National PTA has done is it has created an e-learning using the kit. And when you take the e-learning course, you practice what the kit recommends, and you have an opportunity to be able to come up with, at the end of your 20-minute webinar, is a plan for your PTA. So if you were to go to running the PTA, the e-learning courses for all membership, for all PTA leaders, you're going to see here under the section of membership what the plan is. I'm not logging in because it takes additional steps and it takes me into the course. But I have to tell you, this is one of the most interesting e-learnings that we have, and I invite you to take advantage of that. Even though it's January, you still have time to be able to do things that are going to be relevant to you this time of the year, especially when you look at the demographics at your school and you see that you have enough students to be able to have more members, that maybe your teachers have not joined into the PTA yet, or you have members of the community that can be of support to your PTA and you would like to invite to be part of your PTA community. So I urge you to take advantage of the membership plan. And I know, if I'm not mistaken, and Rob is going to confirm this, you have a number of e-learning courses that are part of the training requirements you have. And this is a good one. So take it away, Rob.
Thank you, Ivelisse. And yes, that's correct. This is one of the e-learning courses that is under our new requirements for training each year, and that you can also use for one of your positions. And all that information went out again in today's e-blast that every local PTA officer and chairperson should have gotten. Before I go on to the next slide, just so you all know, and I don't think Ivelisse knew this, we have a set of membership growth kits, DIY kits, that we got from National in the last few weeks that we are setting aside, and we will be bringing them to convention. So we will have a nice little supply of them. So people that come to convention and visit our information table at convention will actually be able to get one of the, as Ivelisse said, there's not many left, the last few of the DIY kits. So we urge you, if when we talk about convention, this is just one more reason why you should attend our state convention this year. So I am going to go on. Our feature that we're going to talk about this month on this call is a Member Hub. Obviously, Member Hub's our new membership platform that we have started using this year, replacing PT Avenue that we've used in the past. Today, I'm going to discuss the online payment feature. So with Member Hub, when you log into Member Hub and you go to your PTA admin console, on the right, there will be these different options. Officers, you can put in your officers, and this is when at the end of the year, when it's time, once you have your elections, you can go in here to put in your 1920 officers. Your unit data will give you all the information on what are your EIN number. Soon bylaws will be able to be posted on there. What is your tax exempt number? And all different information. Members, if you click that members tab, that's where you're adding members and viewing who your members are, and if they need their card, you can print and download them from there. Internal audit, financial review, Form 990, and bylaw submissions. This gives you a way to upload these forms there. So the very last one at the very bottom is state payments. This is a new way that we were very excited this year, and one of the reasons we decided to switch over to Member Hub was for just this. So once you click on state payments, this tab will come up, and if you see in the red box here, it says you must be the treasurer or the president for the current school year to process state dues. So to ensure that not anyone is just going in and taking money from the local PTA account, only the local treasurers or presidents will be able to see will be able to process dues. However, anyone that has access to the admin console will be able to see the state payment history and how much money you currently owe to New Jersey PTA. So at any time, any day of the year, you're able to log into MemberHub and see how much money and how many members you still owe to New Jersey PTA. So if you are the president and the treasurer, that red box obviously will go away. And this box down here will pop up where it gives you the options for send payment via e-check or send a check. So these are two ways now that you're able to pay your dues via e-check or to send a check. If you've seen that yellow...
Rob,
yes.
I've been going over my computer because I'm trying to see what you have. I don't know if we are seeing your computer. Can you check, make sure that you're sharing it?
You see it now?
You should go to share the screen.
Oh, sorry, everyone.
I can see it, Lisa Falco.
You can?
Okay. All right, good.
Okay.
I can see it too.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so I'm sorry. So at the top again, it says you owe the New Jersey PTA $64 for 16 members for school year 2018-2019. And in green, it says show or hide members. So also a great thing is if you click that show or hide members tab, it will show you the 16 members that you have put in or your membership chair has put in or people that have joined online that need to be paid for from New Jersey PTA. So this is actually our Garden State PTA account. So this is the first page. And if you see at the bottom, there's 2 pages. So this just shows 10 of them of people that will be paid to New Jersey PTA once you pay your dues. So once you see those people and you say, okay, we do need to pay for each of these members, these are the 2 options once again. So if you click send payment via e-check, the box on the bottom left will pop up, and this just gives you a little bit of instruction and make sure you submit the payment. So the outstanding portion of owed for New Jersey PTA is those same 16 members, and it's $64 because it's $4 per member for those 16 members. The money will be withdrawn from your PTA bank account and sent to New Jersey PTA. There is a $1 transfer fee to use the e-check. One thing we like to say is, if you know, and stamps, if you haven't seen it, the United States Postal Service is raising the amount of stamps to 55 cents, I think, at the beginning of February. So for 45 extra cents, you save an envelope, save a stamp, and can just transfer the money right via e-check from your pajamas at home instead of having to go and get that second signature, get out the checkbook and making sure it's all there. It'll then just ask you to check off that you'll understand that you're sending the money and that your bank account information can be saved, so if you would like to do this again. So it's $1 fee anytime you do this. So if at the beginning of the year you're using this and you have 200 members that you're paying for, it's $1. If in June you have 2 members that you still have to pay for because there are 2 members that joined at the end of the year, it'll be $1. So it's $1 per transfer, not $1 per every 100 people or something like that. If you'd like to stick to the old way of just sending a check and you click send a check, the box on the right will pop up and it will give you the same verbiage that you owe for 16 members, $64. What we ask you to do is write in the check number in this box. The reason we ask this is on our end in New Jersey PTA, in our office, we get a listing of everyone that has submitted this and what check numbers are coming in. So once we receive the check in the office, we mark it as received in the office and match it to the check number. And then you'll see when you go back to this tab at the top where it says state payment history. I think, yes. If you go to the state payment history, you'll see here. So the first one that says for 17 members, the $68, check number 1, it was received. The second one was for those same 16 members that I was showing you all along, because I put this through yesterday just to show you, and it was check 100, and it says sent. So right now, you would know that you sent the check, you pushed it through, we saw it on our end, but we didn't actually receive the check yet. Once we receive the check, that status will change to received. So that is the online portion of dues. If you ever have any questions on this, you can contact our state office or email us njpta@njpta.org, and we will be happy to answer any of your questions. Which I think brings us to
maybe you would like to let everyone know that your thermometer is based on the checks that you have received, even though you know that there are more members.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Yes. So every month, just like just like each of your local PTAs reports to New Jersey PTA how many members that you have, now New Jersey PTA has to report to National PTA. And right now in Member Hub, we see many, many members that have been put in, that have received their cards, but we have not gotten payment for. So we're only able to report to National PTA for the dues money that we receive, not the actual members that may be put into Member Hub. This week, our state office has been working on statements of accounts. Basically, these are just reports that each local PTA officer is going to receive for their individual local. You're going to get this via email in the coming week, and it will basically show you how many members you have in Member Hub, if you paid up, if you still owe money. It will also show you if your local PTA bylaws are due. It will show you if any audits are still due. So this is just a very important form. If you don't see this within the next week, or if you have any questions once you do receive it, please feel free to contact our state office, and we will be able to answer any questions that you have on that. I don't know what I did at this. If anyone has any questions at all on this or on anything that we've talked about so far before we move on to the next part.
I have a question, Rob.
Yes.
I understand that in the past, you used to send like an invoice to the PTAs. I'm talking about when you were using the previous system. Does the New Jersey PTA continue to send those invoices, or how are local units to know that the payment has not been submitted yet?
If in the past, for people that were familiar and used PT Avenue, you were able every month, the president and the treasurer were able to get an invoice automatically sent to them. This is one feature that Member Hub currently does not have, but they're starting to work on. The easiest ways right now, well, now that we're sending the statement of account, you'll be able to see somewhat use that as an invoice. But like I've said, if you log into Member Hub at any time and you go on into the state admin council, as soon as you click on PTA at the very top in that yellow box, like I'm showing on the screen again, it will say that you owe a certain amount to New Jersey PTA at any time of the year. Also, you can call our state office or email us njpta@njpta.org, or contact your field service delivery team member, maybe your county region director, or someone that you go to for field service questions. They're able, any time of day, any day that we're able to give you what you currently owe to New Jersey PTA.
Hey, Rob, the state payments history, is that just for the calendar year?
The state payment
For the school year, I should say?
That is a good question. This is our first year with Member Hub, so I believe it will, though, be a running total of all payments that were sent.
You know, the benefit, okay, it's Jackie, by the way. Yeah, the benefit of that is that we will be able to track locally, you know, local members can track, keep a running total, if you will, of the members per year. Kind of similar to what Greg shared at the beginning. That would be a benefit.
Right.
You know, if we can retain that information.
Yep. And there will also be a way under the members tab, under Member Hub, you'll also be able to see once the new year starts, that you'll be able to go and see past members from years past saved into Member Hub.
Great, thank you.
Anyone else on Member Hub or any general questions before we move on? And then we'll have more time at the end for questions.
Yeah, let's do the next part, and then we're going to ask additional questions when everything is after the presentation.
So it looks like Kathy doesn't have capabilities to do audio, so I'll just talk about this slide quickly. So our leadership convention is coming up. Our leadership convention this year will be March the 22nd through the 23rd, 2019. So coming up in a few weeks. Today's e-blast, which all of you should have received. If you did not receive it, make sure at the end when we ask for you to send us an email, please put in there that you did not receive this e-blast. The e-blast today included all the information that you'll need to attend the convention, the registration packet with all the registration prices, and all the information to register, all the information to book your rooms. A tentative listing of all of our workshops were put in there. Our candidates that will be running for state office and region director are in there. And information this year, we're very excited. We'll be having a casino night for all the attendees of the convention, plus our exhibit hall, and a lot of the business items that we do at our convention are in there. So please do take a look. We also announced our 2 speakers that will be at the convention. Denise Schultz is our National PTA Secretary Treasurer. She will be at convention and addressing us during one of our general sessions and presenting some workshops. Our State Teacher of the Year, who comes from Morris County, she will also be a speaker. She will be hosting and speaking at one of our luncheons during the convention. And then obviously Ivelisse Castro, who's on here with us, she is our National Service Rep. She will also be with us presenting a few workshops. So we urge each and every one of you, not only will you get to put faces to all the people talking to you today and learn so much and get to go through our exhibit hall, which will include many vendors that fundraising ideas and program ideas and field trip ideas, but you'll get to socialize and network with PTA members from all of our 21 counties and to have a lot of fun. So take a look at the e-blast that went out today. If you have any questions, Lisa Falco, who's on the call now, and Lori Palmer are our 2 convention chairs. You can find their information in the packet or on our state website, or you could call our office or email our office at any time, and we'll answer all the questions that you have. Convention is a legitimate expense of PTA, so going to convention can be put into your local PTA budget and should be put into your local PTA budget. If you haven't done our training requirement as of yet in person or online, convention will count for this current school year that we're in, and then if you will be an officer again for next year, it'll count for the 2019-2020 school year. So that's a great way to start early, get a fresh kickstart to the PTA year by learning so much at our workshops and the exhibit hall. And so I urge you to ask us any questions on that or email us and take a look at the information. We've already had people register today, and so we're very excited for that, and we hope to see you in March for the convention. So our next slide is our membership incentives. So many of you on here, or if you've seen in the e-blast and on Facebook, we've had membership incentives that have been going on. Our September-October incentive was our early bird incentive. We had nearly 200 local PTAs that qualified for this, and we picked our 2 winners in November, which was very exciting. Each local PTA that qualified got a certificate. We were very excited to see so many posted their certificates on Facebook and on their school websites and hung them in their schools. It's something to be very proud of, that each of those local PTAs were able to, by the end of October, hit 60% of their total membership from the previous year. So if any of you on here were a recipient of that, we congratulate you and thank you for your dedication and work on membership growth this year. This month, as Greg alluded to before, is our Terrific Teacher and Super Staff Award membership incentive. If you register and pay dues for teachers and school staff members representing at least 75% of the total number of school employees by January 31st, you'll be put into the pot for a $200 prize. 2 lucky PTAs will receive that. Plus all that qualify will get a certificate. So be on the lookout for that. More information on this one is on Facebook and on our website and in the e-blast. There is a Google form. It's a quick link. If you click on the link on our Facebook page or in the e-blast, all you have to do is click on the link, type in what your school name is and how many staff members you have. That will allow you to be qualified for this, and then we'll do the rest of the work. In February will be our Founders Day Award. If you register and pay dues for at least 15 new first-time PTA members by February 28th. There's a tab in Member Hub. If you click first-time members, you will also be put into the pot to win 2 of the $200 prizes. And then finally, March is our Men Matter. So if you have at least 30% of your total membership by the end of March identified as a male, you will be put into the drawing. There's a male-female tab in Member Hub, so make sure if you haven't done that by the end of March, please go in and just, especially all the males, mark them as males so we can see your percentage on that. And then for April and May will be our Membership Growth Awards. More information on the awards for this one and how we will tabulate it will come out in an e-blast after convention. But basically, we will be awarding 4 different categories, a lot of them for percentages of percent increase over previous years. And we're very excited for this one to see all of our top growers this year. And we will see those for the end of May. So we're very excited today. We had our November initiative, which was our student membership incentive, and our December incentive, which was our community member incentive. Our state president, Rose, is going to right now, she has all the slips of all the PTAs that qualified in 2 baskets, and she's going to pick our winners live on this webinar. So Rose, if you want to take it away.
I'm shaking them up. As Rob said, November was Students Rock. So especially our PTSAs are very happy to have an opportunity to get some scholarship funds for their high schoolers. So I'm going to pick the first one as I shake it up here. So our first winner is Parsippany Hills PTSA. I got to go to
Woohoo!
Yes, congratulations to Morris County.
Woohoo!
And then our second winner, pick it up.
Sounds exciting.
Second winner is Sea Caucus High School PTSA in Hudson County.
Yeah.
So those are our 2 winners.
Congratulations.
Okay, so we'll contact them. And then our December, our alumni and community members, we did not get as many as we would have liked for this one, but maybe for next year, we'll have some more. So let's see. So I'm doing 2 for this one too, right, Ron? First one is Keensburg in Monmouth County.
Hey.
And the next one A. Russell Knight in Camden County.
Yay.
Woo! Wonderful.
Nice.
So we are very excited, like Rob said, for the January incentive. We've gotten a lot of responses because we love having our teachers and staff join. So get those members into Member Hub, and so that we can pull some more winners next month.
Thank you.
Wonderful. All right. So the time, congratulations to those local units, and especially all the ones that take the time to be able to qualify. So this is the time for questions and answers. And one of the questions that I have for Greg is, how do you think that the Design It Yourself Toolkit helped you in growing membership at your PTA?
Great question. So a few ways. First of all, I think it put membership kind of like at the forefront of everyone this year, because you saw the picture I had with our principal, Mr. Santos.
Yes.
We hung that in the school, and then there was a second poster. I think the second poster was something along the line. So the first poster kind of like had the thermometer where you could track the membership. And I think the second poster was something like 10 reasons why you belong in PTA. Is that correct? So we hung that in the teacher's lounge at school. So again, it was like these tools were probably available. You tell me, were they available every year probably, or something very similar?
They will be available. We always have something.
Okay.
This past year, it was this toolkit, and
Great.
we got a very good number of requests for the toolkit. So
Okay.
we want to make sure all of New Jersey has
Yeah.
this coming year, whichever going to be.
So these resources were helpful, and I think that they helped. I mentioned in my remarks that when previous, I guess, PTA boards at our school spoke about PTA, they really focused on volunteering. I've never really heard anybody talk about membership until this year, and it was me. I'll talk about myself, but basically, like putting this membership out there, we put these posters up in the school, that helped. Plus, also, we have in the membership guide, I know for a fact when I gave the talk at kindergarten orientation, I used some of these examples. And one of the examples I used talked about, you have like that list of like frequently asked questions and things like that, like how to turn a no into a yes. And I think one of them was something along the lines of, well, my wife already joined. Why do I need to join? And it talked about like, hey, we're asking, if it's a household with 2 parents, we're asking that you both join because, again, it talks about the advocacy, why you joining your membership, it shows us that you value your school and you value what New Jersey PTA does on behalf of your children here, and you support the advocacy efforts that they make. So that was some of the things too. Like it gives you good examples of like what the PTA does, what your membership does, why you should support them. So between that and the posters, I think that kind of really was a big help with our membership drive this year being successful.
Great. Forgive me that I have another one, but I wanted to know how Member Hub has helped you, whether or not it's made a difference.
I think it's made it easier for people to sign up. Like in the past, the PTA has always done like a welcome packet. It goes out the first week of school, and it has like the calendar of events, and it has like the paper membership form, and we still send it out. Those things, they tend to get lost, or it was a real soft ask in the past where we basically say, hey, here's the membership form. If you want to send it in and join, great, that'll be nice, but we're not going to really bother you too much about joining. We're not going to push it too much. What Member Hub has done, it's kind of kept it, I guess, again, on the forefront of their minds, because when we sell like spiritware, we just had a spiritware sale before the holidays where we sold like hats and shirts and things like that. There's a link for membership as well, where if they haven't joined, they could join through our Member Hub, and while they're like ordering a hat or a shirt or whatever, the membership option is there. Or tickets for our events, you can buy them on Member Hub. Again, when they go to buy a ticket for an event and they see, well, it's $10 if I'm a PTA member, but it's $12 if I'm not a member. Gee, maybe I'll sign up and click this link for membership and sign up as a member now too. So I think that it's just made it a lot more convenient, because we have an official Zane North website. It's the actual school's website that the district puts out, and there's a PTA tab, and I have the ability to, I'm the administrator of that site, and I just put a link for the membership there too. So we've made it a lot easier. And I used the example earlier how I gave that talk the first day of school and somebody had already found that link. We hadn't sent an email about it, but they went to the school's website, they clicked on the PTA tab, and right there we put the Member Hub link to join. So it's made it a whole lot easier.
We can't hear you, Evelise.
Oh, I was just saying congratulations. That was exciting.
Evelise, if I could just chime in real quick, because
yes.
Rex doesn't give himself enough credit. Another thing, and that's why I'm a little upset that he couldn't share his video, but Greg, if you send it to Rob, we'll get it on our social media, and maybe Rob could even attach it to this recording or something. We'll work it out, because I think the one thing that is exciting about Zane North, he uses social media to really advertise or publicize everything that they do. So the members feel like, wow, we're really getting bang for our buck here. So I think that is also very important, to keep publicizing what you're doing, and to show the folks that are not members what they're missing out on. So I think that's also very important. And number 2 is he really has a great relationship with his principal. So when I visited Zane North, because they are a little side plug, they were a school of excellence, and his principal invited myself and Donzetta to sit in with a short meeting with his officers, and they were so excited to share what they were doing, and they also wanted to hear from New Jersey PTA what more could they do. But they really, I was in awe of the relationship they had. So when you have a principal and staff members that are behind your PTA 100% and promoting you, I think you become that much more successful with other parents also.
Oh, thank you so much, Rose, for your kind words. Yes, social media has been a big part. I really think, and that's actually how I found out about a lot of these opportunities. Like, that's how I found out about the membership kit that National PTA offered. I saw it last summer on their Twitter, so that's a big part of what we do.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm happy to try to share that video at some point.
Great, thank you.
Lisa Falco here. I have a question for Greg.
Hi, Lisa.
How are you, Greg?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Did you fill out your application yet for the award?
Not yet. I did see that that's all that's out there now.
Membership outreach, I think that might be a good one.
Yes, I definitely want to do that one for sure.
Excellent. I'm impressed by everything that you've been able to do there. And it's a great learning tool for a lot of other local units. Thanks for sharing it.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Well, Rose, take it away for.
Well, thank you very much. I've gotten a few chat requests and text messages from others asking if this is something that we're going to do on a monthly basis. So no pressure on our VP of Leadership, Rob, but I said, oh, I think that's a great idea. Again, once this recording does come out, please share it and we'll make sure that we publicize it, because I think it'll show folks how great it is to just take an hour out of your day and be able to share and network and grow your membership and just be able to do great things for your local PTAs as a team.
Just please also, real quick, if you were on the call today, even if you came in late, it's okay. Just please email us. It's on the screen right now, njpta@njpta.org, with your name and your PTA name, just so we can send you some of the resources and know that you were on. And then if you have any questions, you can also send those to that email address, and we would be more than happy to answer them for you.
So thank you, everyone. Elise, thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule and being there for us. And Elise will also be at our convention. She'll be doing 2 workshops, I believe. Correct, Rob? Or Lisa?
I think he told me 3.
Oh, that's the more the better. So we look forward to having you in person with us to show off our great members that we have here in New Jersey and be part of our experience.
The only thing that I would like to say is that probably the video conference in February won't be on Valentine's Day, just because we want to make sure that we don't add another competing item to your special day. Okay?
Right. Sounds good. Okay.
Well, we'll let you know soon, and thank you so much for having me and for being here tonight. We hope that this is going to be of value to all of you.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye now.